AIW for telling my girlfriend she'll get kidnapped and RA-ped if she keeps making bad decisions? Okay, so I just made an account for this because I don't know what else to do. My girlfriend and I, both 21, have been together for 2.5 years. She's pretty tall, 5 feet 9 inches, important to the story, and sometimes I feel like because of this, she thinks she's invincible. I get that she's taller than the average woman, but at the end of the day, it's still 5'9". She also works out 3 to 4 times a week and is pretty strong. Anyway, she's someone who has zero spatial awareness. She's aware of it and is working on it, she says. She also always has her AirPods in, playing music, so sometimes it really gets problematic. She's got this bad habit of taking walks late at night. She loves going on walks in general, so I understand, but it is very dangerous, especially for a woman to walk late at night. I'm not saying this in a women should be stuck at home way, just in a I don't want you to get hurt, especially if you're never aware of your surroundings way. I've heard the stories, seen the statistics, and I took sociology classes at school. I simply don't want her to get hurt. What makes it worse is that she lives in one of the dangerous parts of our city. There was literally a guy who went missing last November, and his body was found in February. I try to tell her to go in the afternoon or in the evening, but she says it's too hot, and she likes going at night because she likes when it's dark outside. At the end of the day, she's a grown woman, so I can't force her to listen to me, but I don't want to be scared every day in fear of her going missing. I remember in April she called me at like 11 p.m., saying that someone was following her. She was whispering and crying, asking me to check her location and stay on the phone with her. She was fine in the end, but the next day she still went back outside late at night. I don't know what to do. Anytime I try to tell her, she's like, most men are my height or shorter, I'm not scared of them. Or she says that she's strong because of the gym. And I'm like, yes, you're strong, but at the end of the day, it's more likely that a 5 feet 9 inches man is stronger than a 5 feet 9 inches woman. But it's like she's convinced that she's different. I tried to explain further my point, but she made it seem like I was being misogynistic or sexist. She did it again yesterday, and I sat her down to explain to her that it truly scares me when she does this, especially considering the fact that she called me not too long ago about a man following her, forgot to mention, but she had literally started running and he chased her. I told her how I felt hopeless at that moment because it's not like I could have done much on the phone. She was not taking what I was saying seriously, and she was laughing and said something like, "That's because he caught me off guard. Next time, I'll show him what's up." I actually got mad and said, "Bro, if you want to get kidnapped and ped because your dumb ass keeps making dumbass decisions, then go for it." I immediately regretted what I said because one of her rules in the relationship was to never talk about sexual assault, with few exceptions, but specifically to never ever use the word rape. It's extremely triggering to her, as she said. She just looked at me with big eyes and started getting her stuff to leave. She was hyperventilating, and I was trying to talk to her, but she kept pushing me away and left. I know I messed up. Trust me, I know. But I was just so frustrated. Why does she keep doing this? A man was found dead like 10 minutes away from where she lives, and it's like she doesn't care. I've been trying to call her, but she won't answer. Am I wrong? I know I am for the way I said what I said, but also I'm just trying to help. Is this solvable? What can I do to make her understand me? And now update. A little over a week ago, I made a post asking if I was wrong for telling my girlfriend she would get kidnapped and assaulted for walking late at night. I want to clarify a few things before the update. We met in a sociology class. We paired up for a project and instantly clicked. My girlfriend is extremely educated in social issues, which was one of the reasons I fell for her. She's so smart. What would annoy me the most was that she would purposely go out late. She would go to the club with her friends, then walk back home alone at 3 a.m. Or we would be chilling together on the couch, and she would randomly say she wanted to go on a walk when it's like 11 p.m. I obviously get confused and am like, why WTF no? She says she likes it when it's quiet outside. So I either have to go with her or anxiously wait until she's back. Update. She was extremely mad at me and didn't talk to me for 3 days. I ended up showing up outside her job one day with her favorite food and tickets to see Inside Out 2, and she was really happy. The movie ended really late, so we just went home together and didn't speak about our problems then. The next day, I told her I wanted to talk about what happened a couple of days ago and that I didn't want to move on without a conversation. I started off by apologizing for what I said and how I said it, but especially for crossing her boundary by using that word. I told her I wasn't thinking and that most importantly, I didn't want her to think I don't want her to live her life as she wants because she's a woman. I know that statistically, most rappy victims are attacked by people they know. I know that at the end of the day, no one decides that they'll be victims of such a heinous crime. And I was sorry for implying that by how I said what I said. I told her I didn't care if she goes out. I just wish she would take more precautions, especially because she is so educated about women's issues. She was still hung up on the fact that I used the word rap-y. She said she's having a hard time forgetting what I said and how I said it. I apologized again 1,000 times, but I asked her if the reason she doesn't want me to use that word was because she's been assaulted in the past. She was like, "No, why are you saying that?" But I could see she was lying. She tried to change the subject, but I kept pushing it. I told her it didn't make sense for someone with no history of sexual abuse to react like that to that word. She started hyperventilating and crying, so I kind of put two and two together. I held her in my arms as she was crying, and she eventually said that she was abused repeatedly as a child. She said she hates herself for not doing anything about it, and that she's just filled with rage all the time. I just held her as she was crying, and she fell asleep in my arms. When she woke up, she asked me not to pity her and to not see her differently. I said that she was the same person to me, but I told her she should go to therapy to heal from what she's gone through. She said she'd think about it. I said I could go with her if she wants to, and she said she'd like that. I've been looking up therapists in my area, and she also said she'll try to cut back on the late-night walks, but she really likes going on walks because it gets her mind off things. I now try to go on walks with her, and it's actually nice because I get to spend more time with her.